Welcome to the Chaos Winter Carnival. It's winter tournament time. 2023 Final Fantasy Randomizer. Welcome to this round one pods matchup. My name is Wickliosis. Tonight, we bring you some representatives here. I am Rick Vaughn also today. Joining me in the booth, the Hangry Canuck. He, however, is Roger Dorn, joining us on tracking as well as Zardia. We're going to call him Jake Taylor. Welcome to Speed Gaming 2. We are live. It is great. It is the 2023 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament Pod Action Winter Canuck. Not spring, winter. 2 orbs needed, not 4, not earth, wind, water, and fire, and you get to choose them. A little bit different from what we're used to, but there's a silver lining here, Canuck. Do you know what it is?
Nope.
There's no Masmoon.
Whoa.
No. Are you okay? Are you sitting down in Canada?
I'm calm now. The blood pressure's coming down.
While Canuck gets his bearings together, we're going to start here in a little bit, like less than a minute. Kumo on the right side of your screen, Eykir on the left side of your screen. Both players' first match. 6 players in a pod, randomly selected just less than a week ago. Their first match. We got all sorts of information about both players going on. What's going to happen here? 2 orbs required, no Masmoon. Those are going to be big talking points all season, Canuck. We talked before the match. Not having a Masmoon was your biggest thing that you just throws you off.
Yeah. No massa, no play.
Fighter, plus 10 strength, plus 20 MDef. A fighter can only use thief swords. 2 light warriors are forced. You see the fighter in the top left slot. That is guaranteed right there. They can only use thief swords. White mage has an improved Thor hammer. They can also use armor of a gauntlet and a helmet. They lose a little bit of gold. Black mage can use shields defensively. They get plus 5 luck. The black mage cannot have nuke in this particular match. The thief gets some more HP to start with, plus 40. They get plus 10 luck. Both players have a thief. They also cannot equip a pro ring. No instant death protection from toxic. Red mage has a wood set for evade. They can equip shirts and plus 10 vitality for stat growth. The only difference in parties, Canuck, white mage for Eykir, red mage for Kumo. We're getting ready to drop the gate right here. What do you think, Canuck? Both players with a thief.
I like the strategy, but I think the red mage is the best mage, so I'm going to give Kumo the edge here, but we'll see how it goes. It's going to be an interesting race for sure.
We're going to get into some of the details of both players as well. And here we go. 2023 Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament, right directly to the White Mage shop. That's life in level 1. That's in the first slot. That's going to be potentially night learnable, but not much in the Black Magic, Canuck. Light 2, Ice 2?
It's an AoE spell, so, you can get rid of some packs easy early game.
White Mage locked heal 3. Only Eykir is going to be able to see that today. Cat Claw plus 5 available. Very expensive. Potential late game item if they're not checking chess.
Yeah, that could turn your black mage into a bit of a weapon.
Silver plus 5 gauntlets. Very blessed silver gauntlet.
There was chain plus 2 at the bottom that it looks like Eykir didn't see. And a mage staff to start.
Each game in this winter tournament, forgive me if I ever say spring tournament, I've been saying it for 5 years, but you get to start with a random casting item, a Thor hammer, a mage staff, a bane sword, that sort of thing. It is a mage staff tonight. Meanwhile, Eykir, in a nice little run, runs into some imps. Right behind him is Kumo. You see Kumo's about to run into those imps. Eykir uses a tent. Kumo's rearranging the party and puts the black mage on top.
He should have probably named it Dan, I think.
Eykir utilizing that run, checking the top 2 chests. There's a free silver plus 5 gauntlet, 7,000 gold in the beginning of the game. Very powerful right here.
Yeah, you like to see money in those first 2 chests because if the vendor item happens to be in Carnaria, you're set with that much cash.
Kumo rearranges his party and saves outside of Temple of Fiends. Puts the Black Mage back down at the bottom. There's a Mage Staff used for Eykir. Garland goes after Fighter. Lightning 2 from Eykir. Round 2 against Garland. Kumo starting to catch up. He's going to find that silver gauntlet in the 7,000 gold. Meanwhile, Eykir takes out Garland. We're headed to rescue Princess Sarah again.
I think she would have learned her lesson by now. I mean, this is what, like the 5 millionth time she's been kidnapped?
Eykir having some fun with the bats, finding out some information. Chaos is not very tough. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. The Mystic Key comes from the King of Canaria and the herb from Princess Sarah. What's Eykir gonna do?
Well, the castle's incentivized, so now's as good a time as any to give it a check.
What's called Beggar's Choice starting items for the players. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's check out these 6 chests. Another 7,000 gold. A dragon sword. Very useful early in the game.
Yeah, especially with the fighter only able to use thief weapons. Oh, look at the floater!
It was many years ago that we had Shalasia, of course, with the community, a very popular player from Central Europe. And this is what he would call a yet seed, also known as a jet seed. Potentially. Mystic
So we
Key
got
of
a
the
lot
Lord.
of options. I mean, they got Thor Hammer, Mage Staff, they got spells. I mean, which way do you go now? Do you go to the pirates, or do you take your herb and go around?
Couple different options. Kumo's got the floater now. Both players floater in hand less than 4 minutes into this match. Does that kind of get your heart racing, Canuck? You see something like that in your first match? Or
You see an early floater, and I think it gets the mind racing. You know, you're thinking, oh well, if I find a canoe, I get the floater. Where do I go first, right? Your first race, it probably could hamper you a little bit, I think.
Eykir triggers the bridge sequence on his way towards Provoca at 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Kumo triggers the bridge sequence, 3 minutes, 45 seconds, 10 seconds behind Eykir. We are dead even right now here. We are live on Speed Gaming 2. Rick Vaughn, Roger Dorn, and Jake Taylor bringing you the action from this great pod. It is the Uncle Nutsy pod. 6 players in this. We'll get to that also in a little bit. Eykir gets to Provoca, heads directly towards Bicky.
I just was informed they start with the canoe, so this is going to be bad.
Beggar's Choice starting. That coming into play as well. 5 tenths, a couple of pures, a soft potion, and of course that random caster item. Kumo copies Eykir and heads directly to the pirates as well. He's going to use those casting items. That's level 5 for Eykir. Less than 5 minutes into the match, he picks up a ruby.
Well, Titan's Trove is incentivized, so that is another place they can check when they can get out of the sea. So it never hurts to see a ruby when Titan's Trove is incentivized, for sure.
Eykir finds the pro rings for sale. They'll be for sale in one shop. They're here in Provoca. They're very blessed at +3. I believe that's a 9 absorb and a 0 evade penalty. About 7,000 gold. Remember, fans, the fighter and potentially knight can only use thief weapons. No nuke on the black mage. That's going to come up in just a little bit. Ooh, level 2 white magic. Fade is in the 3rd slot. Both red mage, white mage, and knight learnable.
Fast at level 2, so they're picking up the good spells early. So at this rate, they may not need to bother getting level 6, 7, and 8 spell charges.
Eykir gets out of Provoca and is headed around the block, almost a 5-year-ago trip to Peninsula Power, but we don't do that here anymore. Under 6 minutes.
He's
Kumo
heading for
finds
his
the fast
ship.
pad. Kumo's going to pick up the fade on the red. That black mage is not looking very, very good with that fast being learnable by a red for Kumo here. We'll see what he decides to do. He was kind of flirting with it earlier, Canuck, with putting the black mage up front.
Yeah, I mean, if the fast is all the black mage can contribute to this, I don't think I'd leave him alive too long.
Mage Staff and the Lightning too. Eykir trying to whittle down the Ocho and the Hydra. Kumo gets a land encounter. Not quite in the sea. Hydra attacking Eykir. Kumo gets past the land encounter. Level 6 for the Gamer's Haven on Twitch. Level 7 for Eykir. Runner's dead even, headed towards Crescent Lake. Eykir maintains his about 8-second advantage. Question from chat from Kalio: is this 4 forced? And with or without recruitments? This is a normal winter tournament seed fighter, and what was the last one? Red mage forced.
Yeah, I
no
believe
special
so.
characters. Eykir bypasses the level 6 magic, headed straight to the Circle of Sages.
There was a gold Cheerio though in the armor shop, so. The sages only got a ship. That's pretty much useless now that you got the floater.
Yeah, the only thing that really accounts for is having the ship inside your inventory, even though it does not show on your screen. It will yield you 10% experience boost per fight. So it's good to have, but it really isn't going to do that much. Meanwhile, at the 7-minute 35-second mark, Eykir in this seat is in the air. The status quo has already been changed. This is where the game really starts. 2 orbs needed, the key and the loot. Eykir heads directly to Elfland and Elfland Castle to turn in the herb.
Yeah, if this ends up being the loot, we're gonna see a really quick seed.
It is the bottle. Eykir with the Mystic Key in hand is going to look like he's walking out, but he's going to take the secret path across the side to pick up 4 chests. Looking for money now. Money is not in the greatest of... it doesn't have a lot of it quite yet. We need spells. We need this and that. Unfortunately, that's not going to help him very much. Kumo is in the air. 8 minutes, 18 seconds. He's slowing down a little bit. He's marking his tracker. He's headed towards Elfland. This is a mirror image.
Yeah, it's neither of them have went near Sarda yet, though. That's usually the first play you make when you get the airship. We'll see, because you can route Sarda and you can get the ruby at the same time, so you really got 2 key checks there.
Potentially an exit or a warp option here. We've seen neither. We see Lightning 3 and a White Mage locked Cure 4 for level 3 magic. Kumo picks up his bottle. Let's see level 4 White.
Nothing good there.
White locked Ruse in the second slot. Is there something at level 4 Black, though?
Temper and Quad X? Quad X could be handy.
On the right side of your screen, this is Kumo's first real tournament. He's essentially still a duckling. Canuck, do you want to tell the fans that they might be new to Final Fantasy Randomizer or watching on YouTube? What in the world is a duckling?
Well, the Duckling is the program they started for new players. So if you're really interested in getting into this game and learning the fundamentals and stuff like that, if you join the Duck Derby and the Duckling program, it takes you through the game step by step and it gets you acquainted. So you don't just walk into some that slobber knocker of a seed and you might lose your interest in the game, right?
Correct. It also pits you in a group of players that's also new, might not know many people, and are of, essentially the closest skill set you can probably find being new. Eykir heads over to Sarda, just as Canuck mentioned, hands over the rod. All players will now have access very quickly. We'll see what Kumo does. Are we going to separate here quite yet? Let's see.
Looks like Eykir is going to go check the Titan's Trove. It's incentivized. I see in chat people are hoping the Vorpal rolls up. If the Vorpal, doesn't matter what the Vorpal rolls, I mean, it's not going to be any good. So.
What are you talking about? Weren't you the representative for a match a couple years ago? Against somebody? Okay.
Yeah, I seem to recall I raced against some old-timer, some fogey who, I think everybody would be pretty familiar with right about now.
Kumo continues to follow in the footsteps of Eykir. Once again, we're going to put this at a 12-second difference right now. Eykir's out of the Titan's tunnel, head towards the Earth Cave. What is this? What is Eykir up to? Is this a trap tile check without turning in the bottle? Or
he has the rod. He might be thinking, get rid of an easy fiend first. He might just go mode this place and take Lich down.
It's the old Hall of Giants. 2 trap tiles that can be hit successfully here, back and forth. This nightmare is going to be a pain, though. They're weak to ice and they have high evasion. This is going to be a long fight for Eykir. Kumo's going to catch up here and catch up with that 12 seconds. We'll see what Kumo goes after this. Ice 2 is a good shot from Eykir. You see that 192 comes in. That's how you take care of these nightmares, or just like that. What is the other trap tile, though?
I don't think that Nightmare Tiles is going to be worth your time at this point.
Frost Wolves. He's going to reset. Eykir's out of there. We're dead even. Kumo's going to the Earth Cave. Eykir's going to the Northwest Castle. Check 2 trap tiles here. This is an early play looking for fights. Canuck, this is... You have a bottle in hand. You get 10% experience per key item. That bottle could lead to a crystal, could lead to a TNT, to an adamant, to a ribbon, to this and this. Both players picking the same route here. Looking for fights. Gotcha. The tail also, of course, in play. Eykir's out of the Northwest Castle, just not interested. Eykir leaves. Chaos, Winter, Carnival, the Uncle Nutsy Pod. Eykir bypasses the Hooray Dwarf. I talked with Eykir before the match and said he's very indifferent to the Hooray Dwarf, not interested. Eykir here to play the game, not having a Hooray. Uses the Mystic Key, heads right to the Dwarf Armory. Picks up a Light Axe +1. There's a chunk of money. There's an Ice Shield +5. Just going to like to remind you that we have Jake Taylor here on commentary. Of course, the founding father of Final Fantasy Randomizer. He is Zardia. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done for the game. Thank you for coming back and hanging out in this brand new winter tournament. 2 orbs required. No Mazmoon. 58 players here. 6 player pods. New faces. Old faces. Same game. Updated. Bigger and better than ever. Thank you for joining us, Zar. There's a ribbon. Zar, if you're here, that's a ribbon. That's loose. A ribbon is also incentivized. Can you tell us the power of a ribbon in this game?
Certainly. The power of the ribbon is quite highly valued, as it will protect you from all status ailments. Probably the most important being instant death.
Kumo is digging deeper into the Earth Cave with the rod in hand. Eykir has headed to the northern continent and is headed to Bahamut's lair. Does not have the tail at this point, no access to exit or warp, but this is incentivized and it's Bahamut's hoard. There's, a dozen, 10 or so chests in here, but there's an incentive item. Is it an Oxyale? Is it a Vorpal? Is it, who knows what it could be? Is it the tail right himself? He can turn around, but there's a roost stick in there that might as well be incentive. And a white shirt. Eykir picks up the crystal. It's a fetch quest item, and he's getting that money. He's going to have to buy spells. I like this move from Eykir here. No fade. No warp and no exit, Eykir. That's what you wanted. Finally, the route divergence. It took us almost 15 minutes to get there, but Kumo digging this Earth Cave early, looking to get one of those 2 required orbs. Bats flying around him, talking to the bats, getting rid of them. Kumo will get this stuff that Eykir has a little bit later. Can Eykir utilize this to his advantage at this point? We're going to find out at some point. Does Eykir go and turn in the crystal immediately, looking for a tail, looking for a chime, anything like that? I don't see either player headed anytime soon towards the incentivized ice cave, or perhaps the incentivized marsh cave. Odds are very heavy that almost definitely one of them will hold the canal as the incentive. In this type of flag set, in this type of design, you want to keep moving and you gotta go, go, go. Eykir turns in the crystal Matoya. She can see again, it is a fetch. The adamant has been picked up. There's another 10% experience per fight. There's a leather cap. Very blessed at +5. I believe that's 6 absorb and 0 evade, maybe 7 absorb. Puts it directly on the black mage who cannot use nuke. Remember, that fighter can only use thief weapons. Eykir blazing through the skies. Kumo has made it to the mini-boss of the vampire. Good spell charges for Kumo here. Digging deeper. There's a lightning 3 for a $1.24. Mage Staff 56 is enough. Gets a free round with slow. Another cast will do it. Eykir returns to Elfland. Checking the armor shop, I believe. Was this pro rings? No, it's nothing. Kumo uses the rod. Kumo's going to head north here, fans. He's going to head north and check this. This is his gig. There's 5 chests in here. One of them is a better trap treasure. It's the top left in this room. He's looking for something good. Maybe a dragon armor or something. What is it? It's only a pro cape. Does not work out for Kumo. He's been making that play his entire 50 practice seeds that he's played. He's very prepared. On the other side of your screen, Eykir has played 3 practice seeds. Experience-wise, we talked about Kumo still being a duckling. Eykir graduated from the ducklings, played a couple incarnations of it, played a little bit in the tournament last year, the original spring tournament, the last of that incarnation. Doesn't really play a whole ton. Experience with Eykir, Kumo with the late experience. Eykir has not turned in that adamant quite yet. Kumo still digging and looking really good. Zar, he's looking really good digging through this Earth Cave. Lowered encounter rate, helping out a lot, but spell charges are certainly there.
Yeah, he appears to be looking for that key item that tends to hide itself in Ice Cave sometimes. Maybe, perhaps.
Yep, Ice Cave is incentivized, but that's probably got the canal. I don't see either player going there anytime soon. What eludes us still is the loot that is required. Could be there, and the canal, of course, could probably be in the Marsh Cave or vice versa. Also incentivized, as usual, is the waterfall. Castle of Ordeal is in there as well. Also a vendor item out there somewhere.
The Fiend of Earth awaits.
Eykir working on trying to find some armor to buy, slowing down just a little bit. Meanwhile, Kumo healing up under the 20-minute mark. The Gamer's Haven at Twitch. Kumo's going to try to take out Lich and light an orb. He's going to use the Mage Staff. He's going through. He's going to try the Lightning 3. He's going for base damage output. There's a Lightning 3 from the Red Mage for 114. There's a Thief, 12 damage. Hold hits on the Red Mage, but another Lightning 3 backs up from Kumo for only 65. He's using the Mage Staff. 146 with the Fire 2 casting Mage Staff into Lich. Lich is close to perishing. 170 or so % on this Lich. Lightning 3 for 84. A chop from the Thief. 3 hits, 3 damage, but a Mage Staff behind that for 69 isn't quite enough. The hold hits again. Lich has a thing for the Red Mage. Another Mage Staff. Kumo firm control this fight. Kumo, 7 damage, but a Lightning 3 from the Black Mage for 63. No. Puts the fighter to sleep. We can move on to another round as Eykir enters the Earth Cave now. Mage Staff from Kumo for 82 isn't enough. The Thief fires 10. Lich starting to fire back now with Fire 2. Puts down Kumo just a little bit. He's down to 1 Lightning 3 with the Black Mage. Does this do it? It does. 90 damage. Eykir starting to dig now into the Earth Cave. Kumo at 19 minutes and 30 seconds has lit our first orb. It is the Earth Orb.
That was quite the exciting fight.
Welcome back, the Hangry Canuck. Reminder that these are 6-player pods. Kumo will play, of course, Eykir here. He'll play Rubes. Also, Flurry 14 coming up within the next 3 weeks, where all players will advance to the brackets. Will there be reorganized and move on to a best-of-3 series in there. Eykir will play Rojo, Flurry 14, and of course this match right here with
Kumo finds the crown in Gaia, so that is another check he can do along with the bottle here. Did we find the loot yet while I was away?
We have not seen the loot. Kumo is our first player to turn in the bottle. We know that turns out, of course, into the slab. We know that Eykir ended up with, of course, the adamant from the crystal turn-in. And that's still in his inventory. Bottle still in the inventory. Bottle and adamant for Eykir. Declines to turn them in. Runs into a good trap tile here if you can take them out. You want a little bit more whiz mummies, but...
Looks like Kumo is going for his second fiend.
Kumo enters the Gurgu volcano. 21 minutes. Once again, welcome to Speed Gaming, Speed Gaming 2. I am the infectious Wilkliosis. Alongside me, the legendary, the Hangry Canuck, and the founding father, Zardia, here as well. Happy to bring you this match on this beautiful evening, January 11th, 2023, Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. Eykir's digging deeper into the Earth Cave, going to try to tie up that orb count. Trap tile shuffle is on. Those are wizards. Kumo's headed towards the Volcano Armory, Canuck. This is a great play here.
A lot of money, but not much else to show for it at this moment. Another decent trap tile if you can take it out. Heal helmet.
The Heal 3 helmet is what's called a better trap treasure in this game. That specific chest, well, it's never going to be a heal potion. It's always going to be something better, but not quite what Kumo wanted it to be. He was looking for, an Excalibur, something along those lines. Actually, probably not an Excalibur, because the fighter can't use them.
Nope. The only endgame sword that's useful right now, I hate to say it, that the fighter can use would be the Vorpal.
Actually,
no. He can't.
Correct. Yeah,
your fighter's going to be swinging a nice sword.
Sun?
No, he can't.
Not Sun Sword.
Sun?
He can't use Sun Sword. No, he can't use
No,
Sun.
he can't use Sun.
Was it Dragon, Rune, and Coral?
Dragon, Rune, Wear, and Coral. I think those are your 4 options. And the Katana if you class change, I suppose.
It's Thief only, though, so... That's a ninja weapon, so...
I think these guys are hoping that there's a black belt behind one of these fiends somewhere.
Eykir joined this tournament, wants to be better at Final Fantasy 1. He says it's a strange format not having to light 4 orbs and go through checking so many chests. He said it interested him very much. Kumo's really liking just the game in itself. If you watch Kumo streams, he's very animated. He's very full of life. Reminds me of somebody. And he certainly
who would
enjoyed
that
the game.
be?
I can't imagine.
I'm not on the sauce tonight, so we're good.
No sauce? I gotta go.
No sauce.
Eykir is made to the floor of Lich. Gonna try to light his first orb and tie this up. Kumo digging deep. There's another better trap treasure here in this room. The upper right-hand chest. Could it be a ribbon? Could it be anything good?
It's gonna be the Vorpal, I feel it. It's gonna be -3.
Vorpal is incentive. It will probably come from an NPC. He's kidding.
I'm not kidding. It's gonna be -3.
Yeah. Behind the trap tile of a Grey Worm. Grey Worm didn't go very far. Eykir picks up Lich. A little bit better equipped with a fade shot than Kumo was earlier. It's only a $111 though. Eykir's gonna play this safe. Easy to dodge with the white shirt, and this too.
Yeah, we know Lich wasn't very punchy though. Well, it proved me wrong every time. Kumo's still clearing out everything in Volcano, so he must be looking for a good piece of armor or something.
A fade shot from Eykir and a lightning 3. 4 hits for 66. There's those hold going off. Lich is after the Thief of Eykir. It was after Kumo's Red Mage earlier. Kumo keeping his HP nice and high here. He's deep in the Gurgu Volcano. Eykir takes out Lich. Is he interested in one of those light warriors that's gated behind there for recruitment? A white mage, he is!
He got rid of the Thief!
Wait, what did he click? He
took away the Thief for the white mage, but that gives him 2 casts of Fade.
Fade?
Yeah, that gives him 2 casts of Fade now. You don't have Nuke, so Fade is going to be your primary magic deal now.
Level 5 white magic, that's exit. He can afford it. We were dead even for 15 minutes. I mean, they were walking it was like they were out hiking on a trail together.
Looks like Kumo has found a bit of a grind here with these zombie Ds. They're not that tough.
Mage Staff, very effective. It's fire against an undead enemy here. He gets to level 15, does Kumo. All 4 warriors alive.
Yeah, he's going to put a bit of a grind here.
Chance to strike first. 302 after a crit from the Thief.
Yeah, this 2 white mage strategy now is going to be... Because you're going to be relying heavily on magic to get you through the fiends at this point in time. Because your fighter, he can't swing anything. Like, he's just about useless.
That's one heck of an HP gain tank without a lot of firepower. Maybe in the front of like a party.
He might be able to take a few shots from the big mountain coming up, but I don't know.
We've got a comment from chat from Phoenix. Good to see you. It's been a long time. he sucks is what the comment that's made. Maybe.
I mean, if you put rules on the fighter and you stick him in the front and you just pray that the fiends pound on him for a while your mages cast spells, because I mean, with your mages, you're not going to get a lot of HP. So if any kind of nuke or something comes out, there's a good chance your mages are going to get wrote right off.
Eykir doing a tour here, headed back towards level 6 magic and the armor shop. This is what he was looking for. It was the gold bracelets. He can afford one of them.
Gold
Barely
Cheerios.
Two. Okay, all right, Cheerios.
Can't believe that caught on when I used to say it.
That was you. That was you.
Yeah, that was me.
I get the Hooray Dwarf, you get the Cheerios. And together, the Ducklings, of course, right? Let's see here.
Pro rings are pretty cheap, but he picked up enough of those already, so... Looks like Kumo's still going on the grind. I can't say I blame him. I mean, you got the stuff, easy grind. It's going to make the carry fight a lot easier, too, because you never know what carry can pull out.
The stuff. He's giving him the heater, of course. This is Kumo's first real tournament, on the right side of your screen. Has competed a little bit, more friendly-ish in Dead by Daylight. From time to time, but this is Kumo's first real gig. Very nervous when I talked to him earlier. He said, "Will, I'm nervous. I keep dying and Temple Fiends are visited. It's going to happen again." And I just kind of said, "Get out there and have fun. That's all that matters." We talked with Eykir Canuck when we talked with him earlier. He plays A Link to the Past a little bit, and this is his second ever RPG game. What was his first, Canuck? Your favorite?
I don't really remember.
Dragon Warrior. Yours.
Oh god, not Dragon Warrior.
That was his first RPG.
I guess not everybody's got the chops for it, I suppose.
No, not me. This is my opinion. Eykir went up and sold some weapons and such to get that exact amount of money for those 2 gold Cheerios. Eykir heads towards the Gurgu volcano. Kumo, under the 30-minute mark, is looking to light his second required orb. Fires up fast and fade. There's an attack from the fighter before any type of fast for 95 damage and only 1 hit. Fade for 246, then the fast goes off. The thief attacks. 6 hits for $150. And Kumo takes out Carry, steps away from lighting the second orb, passes on the black mage. Kumo has 2 orbs in the Mystic Key. He's only missing the loot.
The loot, and he did his grind. Ugh. I think you'd want the tail in this situation. You're almost forced to class change.
Is Eykir still not turned in the adamant in the bottle?
I don't think he has been up there.
Zara, I haven't seen it.
Where'd the crystal come from?
Nothing.
Because I see Eykir got the crystal and the adamant.
Ah.
Kumo doesn't, but he's got the TNT.
Bahamut had the crystal in the trove.
Right.
Oh, did he? There you go.
Right, the crystal turned into that. Question from chat from Krellin. Welcome to the chat. Always a pleasure to see you. We've been seeing you for years. Great to see you in this tournament as well. What fights was Kumo taking? A single to double zombie dragon encounter on the original Agam tile deep in the Gurgu volcano, and they were pretty weak.
Yeah, I think they were less than 200 HP, so a couple of mage staffs took them out pretty easily. Another light axe, but ooh, a phantom.
Ooh, get away. Crit machine. Alert.
That thing hits you. You're gonna know it.
Once again, the experience with Eykir in overall tournament-type play for this game. For the advantage, Kumo has played a heck of a lot more of these seeds here. Pretty even.
2 ribbons, so that's going to be helpful for sure. I still don't know how Eykir's going to handle the fiends, though. He's going to have to do a major grind with those mages. Because 1 nuke, if it rolls high, there goes 2 ribbons with the dwarves. Woo!
Here with 1 ribbon from earlier from the TNT. Kumo picks up the second one. It's incentive from the TNT turn-in. Still no sign of the Vorpal as much as it really might not matter in this seed. We'll see what happens. That roll's hot. It could be a thief option without a katana, but Canuck, all fun aside and all jokes and everything aside, if you have a thief in your party, you know what you want.
Yeah, you need the katana.
You need the katana.
It's the only, you need right now. Kumo is hoping he finds a katana and hoping it rolls high, and then find the tail. Because I mean, quite honestly, with a thief, with a wear sword, and a fighter with a dragon sword, you ain't getting by the fiends. Like, you'd have to fast and temper for days.
Here's the adamant turn-in. Is this the loot? It is not. It is the tail.
But now that's gonna help. That will help Kumo if he goes that route. I think Eykir's gonna class change right away, and I can't say I blame him.
There's that white-locked exit, level 5 white magic. No exit for Kumo in this match, unless he recruits a white mage. He's already got 2 warps. He had it under the 30-minute mark. Eykir heads to Bahamut. He's been here before, but he comes back again without. He actually might have exit. Let's check. But he's class promoted now.
Yeah, we have temper, and yeah, Pickles and Bayer. He dropped the pro cape, but the black mage can use shields, so that's the same as a pro cape. So pro capes really aren't going to be useful here.
Canuck, beer.
Beer?
Beer. Bier? Deutsch. Bier? Ein Bier bitte? Bier?
I'm just going to call him Pickles. Sounds better.
Pickles, I like it. Eykir returns to Elfland for white magic for his knight, level 3. Kumo without the tail in hand heads towards he's going to find the incentivized crystal hill. That will lead to the adamant.
I mean, Eykir's going to have two mages that can cast Cure 4 and 2 Exfers and Fades. So, I mean, it's a possibility. But now Kumo needs a katana in the hardest of senses. Buying harm for his fighter. I guess the fighter's got to be able to do something. See in chat, the X for Brack strats for everyone. Will, do you want to explain that?
So there's a lot of intangibles.
The rumor?
There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of, unfortunately, from what I can tell, there's a lot of misinformation that goes on with that. It depends on what the fiend resists. And it depends on their natural M defense number. For instance, Chaos is 200. Tiamat 2 and Kraken 2 is not 200, 200 being your max. Exfer acts as essentially taking away an enemy's ribbon or takes away their resistances. It does not alter their M defense. That also does not get randomized. So it depends on the fiend, it depends on their weaknesses, and really their M defense number is what it is. Brack is your baby. Here, Mute also, with the way the numbers work inside the system, you landing an Exfer, taking away the immunities, will allow Brack and a Mute to act in about, I think it's about a 5.8% effectivity, about 6%. And in a match like this, Canuck, from what I see with thief weapons and, it's an option.
I'll take it. Because, I mean, right now, Kumo's got a fighter with the wearer sword and a thief with a dragon sword, and even at level 50, you're still getting 4 hit stops.
Eykir back in the Gurgu Volcano now. About to light his second orb very soon. Still eluding us, and both players is the loot. Castle of Ordeal still on the table, as well as the waterfall. I would think it's more than likely there.
Kumo's in the waterfall now, so we'll see. Mm-hmm. If this turns out to be the loot, he's probably going to front Ordeals, and I can't say I blame him there.
Correct. Also, Marsh Cave is incentivized, as well as the Ice Cave. But those two would be gone to last, I would certainly think.
Yeah, I mean, when all you're looking for is the loot, I mean, you gotta... I'm betting you it's in Marsh Cave, just because this game hates me so much, but...
And is it a fetch quest to it? We also have a slab turn-in, potentially. But that doesn't matter. 36 minutes and 20 seconds. Kumo in his first, you can see him pausing right there. He's marking his tracker. He took a quick look and he said, and he's shaking, Canuck. You remember this? Remember 5 years ago when we did this? and we'd start to shake a little bit. I'm ready to go. But am I
Yeah,
ready?
yeah.
You know what I
get
mean?
to go mode and you'll be like, all right, we can do this. And then you look at your characters, you look at your levels, and you're like, I don't think I can do this. And then you go in just because you're new and you figure, you're strong, we can do it.
Mhm.
You get wiped in like the first floor, and it's like, yeah, you learn your lessons quickly.
I've got to think that Kumo will turn in that crystal at some point, which will, of course, lead to the adamant, which will lead to the tail. Knowing Kumo from what I've seen of him the last 2 weeks or so, he will absolutely class change.
Well, he almost has
yeah.
to. He's depending on his thief to do the damage, so he has the class change and he has to find a katana.
Seconded in chat by Bushmano. Nice to meet you, by the way. Been watching a lot of you. You're a heck of a player. There's a red dragon trap tile. That what? How much HP on this thing?
This is dangerous, though.
99 and a mage staff. 26, 126. Doesn't hit very hard. 225, no more.
That's quad X range right there.
It is quad X range as well. That's an Opal +1 armor. Kumo's never going to see that.
Yeah, but Eykir's just getting his tank ready to go now. The thing I'm wondering about Eykir is, are you gonna have the magic charges to get rid of 4 fiends and chaos?
That's what I question as well.
I mean, sure, your white mages will have, say you get max, so you got what was Fade, level 2 or 4, I can't remember. So you get 9 charges, you got 18 shots of it, and you got 4 fiends and chaos to get through. I just don't like the odds.
58 players vying for the title of the winter tournament, the inaugural winter version of Final Fantasy Randomizer's flagship show. Here are 2 of them in their first match. Kumo is turning in the crystal. It will be the adamant, which will lead to the tail. We know that's Kumo's route right now. But what is Eykir going to do? Eykir is promoted here and has just found out about the weak zombie dragons.
So yeah, I think he's here and he knows this is his grind spot now. I mean, he's got the Fade charges. I mean, I'd be blowing those for... Well, I suppose you gotta save them for carry, though. Kumo's got his tail, so he's probably thinking to himself, where's a katana?
2 ribbons for Kumo, 1 for Eykir. The second ribbon advantage from Kumo came from that TNT turn-in. The Kumo Eykir does not have that.
Question in chat. What's the min level you want for Topher? That depends.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables in that one. How tough are your fiends? What your scale's like? What do you have for charges? You gotta take everything into account. For this seed, the way the bosses are only maybe 160, you could probably get away with low 20s if you had a fighter that could swing something good.
If your name is Will Cleosis, all you need is Bane.
Or if you're Will, all you need is a horseshoe and Bane. You're good.
Kumo has class change at the 40-minute mark. Eykir doing the same thing Kumo did about 15, 16 minutes ago, but it's a little bit more effective here being class promoted. Another shot for Eykir. Notice Eykir taking a left step here. He's on the top trap tile. The tile directly south that we walk south into won't increment your stimp counter here, and you can continue to take the same fights, which is what he wants to do. But going left and right will. Right there. As he gets, of course, a chance to strike first. I think it really matters that much, Canuck, with, of course, this lowered encounter rate that we have.
Yeah, the dungeons is only 0.6, so you're getting an encounter of 5 in every 256.
Vorpal, yes!
-1. No good for nothing. Throw it out the window.
The slab turn in after translation does lead to the Vorpal -1. Zard, we talked about just a few minutes ago, unless I missed it, I don't see no katana around.
Katana has not been found as of yet.
Czar, if you're in this situation that you got yourself into, are you digging for a katana, or are you going to give a shot at this Vorpal with this sticky situation?
It's a competitive tournament race. You got to go here. It's time to go.
Time
I
to go.
think that Kuma is prepared. If nothing else, if you do take a wipe, you have information.
Canuck, Katana, or Vorpal, and go.
Well, at this point, I kind of agree with Sire at this point in time. I mean, it's a competitive race. You know these seeds take 45, 50 minutes tops if they're really fast. And you got fast, you got temper, you got a roost stick. I mean, if you found the power bonk, you could almost solo this with a thief right now. So I'd be going.
We'll send the power gauntlet as well. Given the fact that these games are tough when I'm a player in them, because when you have the floater at the 2 hour or the 2 minute and 30-second mark, your opponent could be doing anything, and I can't stand not knowing what my opponent is going to do in preparation. Let me tell you about that.
Well, the thing is,
yeah.
I mean, you get the floater that early, you know your opponent's getting the floater that early. You make one mistake, you're like, uh-oh, did he make that mistake? I'm behind. You panic, you hurry, you make more mistakes. Turns to a snowball effect. It looks like Eykir is heading for carry. Light his second orb. Shouldn't be much of an issue with these levels and spells.
Eykir is using... What weapon is that on the knight? Is that a Dragon Sword +1?
Wear sword on the knight, I believe.
Dragon 1, maybe? That's not going to make it. Well, you got temper... You don't... No. I think the play to get the levels in the zombie dragons was absolutely outstanding. I don't think I could go.
I mean, at this point, I mean, it's close. You go and take your chances. I mean, but have we seen Lock or Lock 2 yet? So the big thing is, if you come across a fiend with high evasion, I mean, if you only got like a Wear Sword and a Vorpal, -1. If the Vorpal was like +5, yes. But I mean, the only thing that's going to save him is the fact that Vorpal's high crit. That cuts through the defense. That's about the only reason I could think about this.
A reminder that coming up in about 10 minutes here at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, Saracen, the last player to ever beat me in a match, by the way, that was a long time ago, versus DM Stewart's coming up on Speed Gaming 4. That's going to be brought to you by Dengwu and Danny.
Woo and Wheels.
Woo and Wheels, it is. They're going to be bringing you that great show. Eykir finally turns in the bottle after having it for so long.
Kumo is going.
44-30. He is not going. This is what Kumo did in his practices. Kumo, just before, an hour before this match, got his first sub-hour in the winter tournament flags. And he did it by doing this. He's going back to his well that did it. I was there with him and watched him do it. He's going to try this for a while. Meanwhile, Eykir is, with that slab in hand, we know that that's a Vorpal that is not very Vorpal-tastic today.
These Frost Dragons have high evade because they're missing here. Well, except for there. That's what crits do against a high evade enemy.
Warp in the first slot, of course, of level 7.
Level 21? Level 21? I don't know if that's enough.
Kumo starts to dig deeper. He's definitely going to take the zombie dragon type fight. Eykir's headed toward...
I mean, I think Eykir is more of in a position to go than Kumo is.
Eykir's going to get the TNT. Eykir will get that second ribbon and try to even that up. Meanwhile, at this point in time, if this is a dive from Kumo, that's what Czar and that's what Canuck think is to go for it. This is Kumo's match to win at this point.
But the way he's fighting here, it leads me to believe this could be just an information dive too. The way he's using his resources. Because he's going to have to save every little thing he has if he wants to get by all the fiends.
I see nerves. I see Eykir walking into the dwarf cave, hanging out with the hooray dwarf, turn around, going back out and saves. I feel nerves here.
I've danced with that hooray dwarf a couple of times. If he wants to get in your way, he gets in your way.
Question from chat, CG76, Classic Gamer 76. Why is Kumo taking this Badman fight? Because he's taking fights and he's going to leave. Question is, I don't think he's got exit.
No, because I do believe that was White Mage locked, wasn't it?
Correct. Now, Warp was level 7 black magic, but taking that Badman fight without leaving... Oh, jackpot! Jackpot in the validation chest, fans! It's a katana +3! Oh my!
That's game-changing. That's utterly game-changing right now.
Kumo's inexperience shows a little bit. He runs directly into the same trap tile again. I gotta think that that's excitement as well. Eykir's put the pieces together, still missing the loot. He's headed towards the waterfall.
Oh no, Kumo, take that fight.
He's leaving. Does he have warp? Or hold on, isn't there an exit now? Don't they have like a Topher exit?
I don't... Yeah, but I think it's back at the top.
Question from chat, is there a power gauntlet available? No. There is not.
The thief with 2 hits.
Thank you, Frog.
You're still gonna need some levels.
Okay,
But
there
Topher
is...
exits on.
There is an option here that wasn't in the original game that has been added in of a Temple of Fiends Revisited exit. So, assuming that's an answer, that's an option here. Kumo with a chance to strike first against the bad man. This boils down to how much does the katana matter, and when does Kumo decide to make his dive? Can Eykir pass him?
It's gonna be good. It's getting good now.
Yeah, we talked about this before, Czar. We talked about this with Canuck. All three of us we're living like we were back in 2017 again or something like that. And we thought this was going to be a good match based upon everything we saw on paper, and it's turning out to be that way.
It's tightening up now for sure. Eykir is on the verge of getting his loot.
That will put him in go mode. And Eykir, I think he does have the levels, but does he have the chops to try it? Dun dun dun.
Kumo's getting blasted here by this critical machine pack. He loses his ninja. It's down to 2 wizard vampires. Eykir hits go mode 49 minutes.
I mean, your thief is where you want all the experience right now if you're Kumo, so hopefully he's got life. I'm not sure if he bought it. Oh, he's got life too. And life. Okay, we're good.
Eykir's slab translation and turn in, should he choose to do it, will be the Vorpal. Cannot be used. He's got both his ribbons. I doubt he does it. He's headed toward
Ordeals?
Castle of Ordeal? This is the Oxiale, isn't it?
He's in go mode though.
This is the Oxiale or the Cube, I would think.
This is this is a noodle scratcher.
He's not ready. You don't have a web. He doesn't have the. I get this. This is going to be uncharted territory. He could walk into a dragon armor. I mean, he could walk into a leather cap.
But he's going to be blowing a lot of time with this maze. And no teleport spell.
Kumo is now retreating in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Runs into a metal slime encounter.
But the power gauntlet ain't going to do Eykir much good. Because your fighter can only swing a dragon sword at best.
There'll be 2 trap chests here on this final floor for Eykir. One of them's a dud. Kumo using that good mage staff. Metal slimes fire back with ice too. Red mage has perished. Black mage is down on one knee. Ninja's down on one. He cannot die here. Kumo cannot afford to lose this time, and he gets away at the 51-minute mark. Bane
Yeah.
+5.
Classic. Enough power bonks and a dragon sword will work. But the longer you give the fiends, the more chance you're going to see a nuke or a huge shot.
So, Eykir went and got the Oxiale that we were pretty sure was there. Didn't see anything that he wanted. No power gauntlet, no trap tiles, just reset. I think it's nerves.
Yeah, I think he's at
Might
the
be.
point where he's indecisive. He's like, I'm ready, but I'm not ready.
Eykir's down to 2 light warriors. This is very dangerous.
They
They're
first
ice
struck
boosting
him.
him. Let me tell you something. If you know anything that I'm talking about, I've been ambushed a bazillion times in a row and blazed all the way back 2,000 years in the past, and it's not cool. Oh my. He's digging deeper?
Is he trying the man mode? No.
No, it's levels.
Yeah, but you want to get your mages some levels too, because I mean, right now they're at the point where one good nuke and they're gone.
Eykir makes a move for the slab turn in. This has to be Vorpal. He should know that. It's of no use at this point.
Frost Dragons with crack. He's got ribbons. He's good, unless that dreaded 3 and 256 hits.
Kumo's got to get out of here now.
Yeah, and Eykir's gotta get in there.
Okay.
Because all these checks for Eykir is just wasting time.
He's losing a lot of time. There's the Vorpal pickup.
He doesn't know the fighter can't use it.
Can't use it.
Did he look at the blurses, I wonder?
It's a heat of battle, Canuck. We've all done it. Remember the cube?
Hey man, I've left a floater at Bicky before. Trust me, I know.
Zara, remember that match we had when I forgot the floater and did still beat you?
Unforgettable. Tiamat won.
Tiamat won with Death Touch taking us both out.
Everybody, if you play this game long enough, you're gonna forget something, and something's gonna happen. It's just going to. It's unavoidable.
The exit boss, before that was fixed,
Yeah,
of course.
I did the exit boss right in front of Chaos before.
Kumo, we're going to call it the 53-minute mark, makes the decision. Runs into the zombie Ds, thought about it for the split second. Oh, I can get these levels too. No, I have to go. He probably thinks his opponent is in the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Little does he know, this match is all his to win. 4 Fiend refights and the ultimate Fiend to get through to get his first victory.
Oh, well,
no,
get
him away, get him away. And they're not my friends.
This is Will's favorite enemy in the whole game. He loves them. How many wipes did you have against them that night? 50? 55?
Hey, it doesn't matter how many I had. It was how many my opponent had. And they had a dozen. Thank you. See, guys, stop. Chat's starting to get on me now.
Alright, and Kumo's engaging his first Fiend. Go with him fast.
That is a Dragon +1 sword for Eykir. Eykir was going through his stuff. Oh, do I go to Temple of Fiends? Yes, I do, he says.
Smart play by Eykir, just 6 minutes too late.
Okay, we're gonna call it 52 minutes of the initial dive. I'm gonna go for this for Kumo. We're gonna call it 54 and a half for Eykir. Bad men all over the place in this Temple of Fiends Revisited. These bosses are not scaled too hot, fans, but I can tell you what. Actually, Canuck's gonna tell you, they do have things shuffled in there that are pretty hot, Canuck.
Oh, yeah.
Tornado.
Any of these Fiends can have any skill. They have the whole upper tier skill set. So Carrie could whip out a nuclear, easy money. But the only thing is, they have the flag set so there's not a double nuke or nuclear that can come out. So I don't think these Fiends are going to be much issue at 160% scale.
Hana doing work for Kumo. He's through Carrie too. Eykir Eykir has slowed down and is wandering around and is taking fights, is not ready to dive. I think that's the correct move. Gets bushed by Gasties. Meanwhile, Kumo hugs the wall and as to not increment his encounter table and is closing in on the corridor of Kraken 2. It's go time, Kumo. It's all your game. And he gets bushed. This is trouble.
Yeah, lobsters, no matter how you spell them in any game.
He already rearranged his party. He's got that red mage up top. He gets away. Eykir continues to take levels. Kumo preparing for the fight, Canuck.
That black mage is on the brink of it, I think.
56 minutes, 33 seconds. Kraken 2 against Kumo. Kumo with the katana +3. He's got the ninja in the third slot prepping. That's going to be his main damage dealer. There's the attack from the knight. 4 hits for 62. The Fats gets off into the ninja before the ninja can attack. Kraken with 204 into the red mage on the top. Kraken not hitting too hard?
That's not good.
There's a temper going to come out on the ninja. Again, no sign of a power gun. Look at Kumo. Look through his stuff. Look through his stuff. What do I do? Oh, you can see the nerves here. We've all been there. There's the ruse stick that he forgot about. He uses it again. Temper into the ninja. The ninja getting buffed up. Kraken goes after the knight. 10 hits for 458. Canuck, what was that?
Not good.
Not good. Courtesy call from Kraken 2 into the knight. The knight's down to one knee. Both his white magic potential casters are at the top, and there goes the knight. The knight's down. The red mage is still alive, but at the top. The temper goes out 858 from the ninja. White shirt, here comes some more evasion. He's down to 3 warriors, though. Closing in on an hour. More tempers coming out. Kumo slowing down just a little bit. The white shirt again. Fire 2, he gets a break, but the red mage is down to one knee. He's got 78 hit points. He's got to make it happen, and he does. 683 from the ninja. Gets Kumo past Kraken 2.
That was pretty weak, Kraken too.
Eykir has left the Temple of Fiends at 58 minutes, goes back in looking for a trap tile now. Kumo extends the lead. Lot of information, but he must finish this. He's closing in on the hour mark. You know his heart is racing. You can feel the sweat on his palms. He knows, our fans, the opponent knows if their opponent has finished or not here. If you're new to this. Is that an ice sword? No, can't use it though.
They found one earlier, but it's no good. It's no good to anybody.
Tiamat 2. Kumo has rearranged his armor. Knows about the ruse stick for sure now. Gonna attack with Fade? Nope, there's the fast into the ninja. We'll start to line everything up directly to the ruse and the white. Fast gets off first. Tiamat with 2 hits and 170 into the sage. That's the red wizard. 2 hits for 63 from the knight. Evasion. Easy to dodge from an Invis 2 in the white shirt. We go on to round 2. Going for max evasion on the ninja.
Yeah, with the way Tiamat hits, I think you go all out now. You don't worry about evasion with Tiamat.
There's an ice 2. 5 hit points left on the red wizard. Temper comes off from the red wizard and Roost. That's max evasion on the ninja now. Does he attack? Does he attack? He does. Eykir's still in Belmont. Eykir's preparing for their own drive. 7 hits for 265. Here comes the knight. Only 4 hits for 24. There goes the red wizard's gone.
There goes his life too.
But the red wizard in the top slot has now perished. 4 hits for 11. What can the ninja do at the 1 hour mark? The ninja attacks. That's Kumo himself. 7 hits for 326 is not enough. Tiamat attacks, but completely whiffs on the knight.
This is where you throw out the cheeky quad X now.
1 hour mark. 518 from the ninja's not enough. Tiamat playing with Kumo back and forth. That's a lightning 2 and another round. Kumo has had it with this. He's just going to attack the ninja. And Kumo with the katana for 951 gets it done.
But now lies the issue, because you don't have your red mage anymore.
The Shrine of Chaos. Just past the 1 hour mark. The Hangry Canuck, Zardia. I am Wukleosis bringing you this great match. We are live on Speed Gaming. We will see a winner tonight. Kumo's trying to make it happen.
I think you're going to see a winner within the next 3.5 minutes. I don't think Chaos is going to become much of a threat here.
4 shots of wall on Kumo, going through everything. There's the life. Red Wizard is back standing. Eykir re-enters the Temple of Fiends. Maybe a little bit of those nerves, we're not quite sure. 1 begins, and 1 tries to end. For the win, Kumo Chaos, 101-23. Roostic, this is all about the ninja. And that katana, that strong katana that was found in a validation chest, Christmas late for Kumo. Eykir taking on gas dragons on his way through. Meanwhile, all the attention goes to the right side of your screen. The ninja's gonna start to attack. No, he's not. He can't decide. What do I do? He's gonna attack. There's a katana. Let's get some information. 7 hits for 333. The crits didn't quite come through there, but 7 hits is incredibly strong. Oh no, there's a nuke from Chaos. The red wizard's gone. The black mage is down to 48 HP, and he's able to get a little bit of evasion off. But that's a nuke right there. Is there a Cure 4 in here? What else is in there? Chaos attacks and misses the knight. The knight is dodging left, right, and center. The katana from Kumo. 4 hits, 135. 4 hits for 151. Remember, no power gauntlet here. He's going straight to temper. He's got to get the katana shot stronger. And here it is, after a temper. 7 hits for 715. Chaos is still standing. 5 hits, 558 from the knight. There's Swirl. Swirl. There goes the black wizard. The black wizard's gone. The knight is down on one knee. It's all about the ninja. 359. We've got a winner.
Already called that in chat, too.
GG's and congratulations to Kumo, the Gamers Haven, has won our match here tonight. While Eykir looks like he's going to play it out. Zar, are you going to try to get Kumo in here?
Should have been sent.
I think already is psychic, because that he said that's exactly what Chaos would do. Go with the nuclear, then the swirl. No, that was... I mean, Eykir's heading to the end, but he knows his fate already.
Out of here. Kill him. Kill him, Eykir. Yes, yes. Very good. Thank you. What was the story of this match, Canuck? Was it the malices and the bonuses? Was it the katana?
I think it was the katana. I think without that katana, Kumo would have had no chance in taking down those fiends.
We'd like to welcome to the broadcast booth and congratulate our winner tonight here live on Speed Gaming. Welcome to the broadcast booth, Kumo. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The infectious Wokleosis here, the Hangry Canuck, and of course Zar as well. Go ahead. Give it. Is your first shot here? Go ahead.
Said that he was gonna do with Nuke and Swirl. That's what he did.
So I got one question for you, and one question only. And when you seen that katana, what did your mind say?
I said, hell yeah! I think I did a little. I emphasized the +3 katana by hitting the equip several times.
Because we were saying we were actually wondering how you were to get through the fiends without a good sword if you didn't find one.
Validation chest. Gotta love him.
Kumo, it's Will. I got a question for you. About 2 hours ago, you got your first sub 1 hour. I was there with you. How much did that affect you in your gameplay, your confidence, anything at all, coming into this match just an hour and a half later in front of all the fans as really your first foray into this?
Well, when I saw the fighter with only thief weapons, my last seed before this was a fighter with only thief weapons. So I guess it prepared me a little bit, but it confidence boosted and it felt good. Finally, after about 50 practices plus to actually win finally break an hour. I've been trying that for a few weeks. So
Were
thank
you-
go ahead.
You were going to go with Vorpal there, had you not found the katana, is that correct?
I would have went with the Vorpal.
Had you perished in Temple of Fiends you visited. You've been doing a lot of that lately. What was Plan B?
Plan B was go and kill the Haranged over several times and then go grind some more.
See, I don't know about this guy, Canuck. I don't know.
And it looks like Eykir has thrown in the towel, I think.
Congratulations on a great match. Zara, you want to try to see if he is interested in coming in, or Canuck?
Yeah, just verifying at race time that there was the forfeit.
Okay. Kumo, is your heart rate still hot?
No. After that nuclear that wiped out 1/4 of my party, and then swirl wiped out the rest. Yeah, it got. I was like, I just need to swing, keep on swinging, and hope for the best. I don't think I don't remember if I had any charges on the gear 2, but I was about ready to check the next round.
I believe you had one left. I didn't know if you were going to use that to heal the black mage, or if you figured it was just time. It was just go time.
It was go time, and then after that swirl, I was like, I might want to heal the ninja, but then he died. He just croaked to a 700 damage katana.
And we have Eykir joining us here now.
Kumo.
GG.
My first question, Eykir, I guess, would probably be everybody else's. Why to substitute White Mage for the Thief?
Saw the White Mage, and the White Mage was putting a lot of work this seed. I'm like, okay, I have 2 people who can get me through Topher, and let's do it. The only mistake was I didn't mean to replace the Thief. I meant to replace the Fighter. At least that was the plan starting off, because we were forced fighter with the Thief weaponry forcing, which was pretty bad. And at the beginning, before we even started, I'm like, okay, the first mage I get, or first character I get, replaces that Fighter. And of course, I forgot about that completely by the time I got to the end of Earth. And then realized it like 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, I think I just screwed myself.
It's probably a good thing, and I'll be the bearer of the news. The validation chest, the 2 chests where you use the loot over the plate, held a katana +3.
Yeah, I found out that afterward. Kumo
Oh, you
told
did?
me.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, I have all the thief weaponry, and all the not the thief, the ninja weaponry, and I can't use any of it. I really thought about going into Sea Shrine to see if there was a thief there.
That's right, you could have, because you had Oxial at the time. Your play to Castle of Ordeal, multifaceted, looking for trap tiles, looking for this. What was the idea there?
The idea there was I was looking for the Vorpal and hope I could equip it.
Just having it is going to help you. I mean, enemies usually run away from me. I don't know about you guys.
Oh, they don't die to a weapon that's sitting on the ground.
I like this guy. I really do.
Like in my backpack, it does no good. So yeah, I mean, I probably kept the Bane out of there, but I was just looking for Vorpal, hoping I could equip it, and I couldn't. So yeah, that's why I thought maybe I should do Sea Shrine.
Player pods, once again, with 1 pod that is elongated. I believe that's about 10 players. This is the Uncle Nutsy pod. Kumo will go on to play Fury 14 and Rubes. Eykir, you'll go on to play Rojo and also Flurry 14, excuse me. So lots more matches coming up. Everyone's going to make the brackets. That's going to be best 2 out of 3. Things are just getting started here in the Final Fantasy Randomizer 2023 Winter Tournament. We'd like to thank everyone for joining us. We're going to go ahead and move on to final thoughts right now. Kumo, I'd like to start with you. First match on TV. You got the fans. You got everything. You did the same thing you did about an hour and a half ago, and it worked out for you. How does it feel? That good, huh?
Not that good, I guess.
It feels great. Okay, we'll move on to final thoughts. Eykir, talk to me. Did you have fun?
Oh, it was fun to see. That was super fast. I think it's the earliest I've ever had a airship. Like 7 minutes. Okay, but yeah, it's fun to see. Good to see you. I'm trying to wrap my head around it and figure out what to do. And those kind of puzzles I like. Just this puzzle I couldn't solve. And I'm looking forward to the race tomorrow because I play Flurry 14 tomorrow night.
Well, let's do a promo on that. Do I have it here?
This is also the worst blur things I've had in a long time.
Well, we've got live right now. We talked about it a little bit earlier over on Speed Gaming 4. Woo and Wheels are bringing you Saracen, the last person to ever beat me, by the way. Might be the last person to ever do it, versus DM Stewart. That'll be over on Speed Gaming 4. We're going over there right afterwards.
Well, when you're retired like us, I mean, it's your last loss was your last loss.
Czar, I think you're still with us, my friend. Jake Taylor, the leader. Are you there?
I am. It was a pleasure.
Hey, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Any final thoughts on this match?
I have one question for Eykir. The waterfall dive, when you found the loot, what were your thoughts after that?
When I was diving it, I was thinking, oh, shoot, I'm still loot from Go mode. I didn't realize that, and I found it. I'm like, okay, I could do Topher. I could just grind there, because I was still looking for grind. So I was happy to find it. I was actually looking for Vorpal at the time. Yeah, it was a good dive, and yeah, it put me in Go mode, and I was just hoping.
Well, certainly a pleasure to watch the race, a pleasure to come in and work with you, Will, and Hangry, as always. Great to see the chat. Engaging. Great work, Will. Always good on the mic. Hangry, great color man. The trifecta delivered.
Yeah, thank you for the restream and all the commentary. I'm sure Will, Hangry, and Sar did a great job. Look forward to seeing it back.
Faster than a buck, he's the hangry Canuck. Final thoughts, Canuck.
My man, a few words. So, it was a fun race. It was good to be on the comms again. It's been a while since I've had a chance to make a fool of myself in front of people, so it was not too bad. But yeah, no, thanks to Speed Gaming. And so I guess you got some other projects on the go there. Do you hear good old Smooth Talker?
Yes, I've been doing I've doing some other games and some other things as well, branching out a little bit from Final Fantasy in the last year and a half or so. Not a lot, but doing a lot of work with Speed Gaming here. I must say, speedgaming.org is your place to go should you want to know what games are going on, what times they're going on, the players, what tournaments seem to be happening. If you're unaware of that, if you're watching later on YouTube or anything like that, such as the Link to the Past Randomizer Open League Season 5, coming up 9:40 p.m., a little over an hour from now. It'll be live on Twitch and Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming's family of networks. There's a Legend of Zelda tournament coming up as well. Rumor is that's going to be I think the term might be max rando sort of thing. It's still in the works. It's going to be very exciting. I'll certainly be there as well. So much going on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming family of networks. Twitch.tv/Speed Gaming. Kumo, why are you still here?
Yeah. I'm glad that happened after the race.
Me too.
Final thoughts, Kumo.
Final thoughts? It's very fun. I'm enjoying doing the randomizer. People ask me why I enjoy the challenge and trying to get better. I enjoy it. Thank you all for doing this. Taking time out of your day.
Thank you, Kumo, and thank you, Eykir. Congratulations to both of you. Great match. I think you're going to enjoy it. Hopefully, you get entertained by the three old guys here in the booth on the playback. Coming
Old
up tomorrow.
guys.
Older. I don't know. Be retired.
Yeah,
the on-rack population. Coming up tomorrow, Thursday, January 12th, 7:10 p.m. That's Eastern Time. Dark Moon X, one of the most well-known Final Fantasy randomizer players and leaders and organizers and Mr. Everything, restreamer, you name it, is going to take on Krellin and their pod. That's going to be Pod C. I believe that's the Pennywise pod, my favorite pod, if you ask me as well. It's
You're
going to
gonna
be right
toss us in with the random old men soon.
Yeah, probably. For Eykir, for our winner Kumo, for the founding fathers Zardia, and the great legendary Hangry Canuck, I am the infectious Wilkliosis. Thank you for joining us, and as a reminder, revive the power of the orbs.